So good morning, and we wholeheartedly welcome you for the auspicious event of today, the inauguration of Bharat Ratna Professor CNR Rao Research Center and unveiling of a statue in the prime institution of Inauguration-Skype Institute of Home Science and Higher Education for Women. Thank you, sir. Prayer is the root, the fountain, and the mother of thousand blessings. May I now call upon the students from the Department of Music for the prayer song. Thank you. A small cheer and a great welcome makes a merry feast. I am profusely elated and I take the opportunity to invite Dr. S.C. Sharma, Director, National Assessment and Accreditation Council, Bengaluru, and the former advisor, Inauguration-Skype Institute for Home Science and Higher Education for Women, to welcome the Honorable Chief Guest of today, His Excellency, the Bharat Ratna Professor CNR Rao.
Namaste, sir. It's a great privilege and honor for me to welcome Bharat Ratna Professor. This institute has a holy tradition for the past 70 years, and the institution with great love and affection for the cause of science. In the name of Honorable Bharat Ratna Professor CNR Rao, a research center has been established as Bharat Ratna Professor CNR Rao Research Center and unveiling of Bharat Ratna Professor CNR Rao statue. This institute has a cause for science education and every year spends more than 5 crores of rupees for the undergraduate and postgraduate research. In fact, it's a great privilege, and today's citation of Professor CNR Rao is 1,16,843. H-index 164, 9,295. He works even now for 17 to 18 hours. We would consider him as a living God and promotion of science and application of science. Sir, we wholeheartedly welcome you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We are now in the core session of the event. It is the unveiling of the statue of the Bharat Ratna Professor CNR Rao. The most awaited moment of the day is the ceremony of unveiling of the statue of this legendary man in the field of science. Sir, may I now humbly request you to unveil the statue by accessing the remote. The next session of the event will be the virtual tour inside the Bharat Ratna Professor CNR Rao Research Center. This research center was started in the year 2018 and houses a cutting-edge technology-based instrumentation facility to aid the researchers of the scientific background. This center was named as a token of honor of the world. Now witnessing the visionaries, the stalwarts, and the personalities of excellence of our institution, Reverend Dr. T.S. Avinashilingam Iyer and Reverend Dr. Rajamal P. Devdas Amma Avargal. Now, sliding on to the selected publications of the Bharat Ratna Professor CNR Rao, which inspires and instills a strong thought of determination for every young researcher to do quality research and publish research papers with high impact factors. Moving on to the actual instrumentation facilities that is lodged inside the center, we have 10 high-end equipments that is installed inside the center. The cabin one houses the high-end instrument, the FE-SEM of the main FE test camera XMU. FE-SEM provides a topographical and elemental information about elemental information and uses a field emission gun producing a cleaner image with less electrostatic distortion and spatial resolution less than 2 nanometers. We also have 2 spectrum units, that is a gold and a carbon unit. And those are used for the sample preparative processes or thin film deposition process, whereby the gold or carbon gets bombarded with high energy ions in a vacuum chamber and thereby sputtered and condensed on the substrate of the sample that is to be coated. That's a gold, and this is a carbon sputtering unit. Sliding on to the next cabin, which is housed with another high-end instrument, that is the X-ray diffractometer of the main expert pan-analytical. This is a powder X-ray diffractometer which uses the principle of Bragg-Bentanov geometry and provides reliable and accurate diffraction rate. It can precisely determine the phase identification, crystalline structure, and reciprocal space mapping. Now let's have a display about the selected publications of the Honorary Professor Bharat Ratna CNR Rao sir. Sliding on to the next cabin is the body composition analyzer of the main biospace. It can able to measure the overall body mass, estimate the body mass index, percentage and weight of total body, segment of fat, physics rating, and body mass as well. Moving on to the next cabin, the 2 instruments, that is the texture analyzer of the big Shimatsu EZXS and the spectrophotometer with the color lab software. It is used to measure the properties such as hardness, brittleness, spreadability, adhesiveness, tensile strength, and extensibility of a vast range of products. Whereas spectrophotometer are color measurement devices that is used to capture and evaluate the color, use an accurate color matching, monitor the accuracy of color throughout the production of any material. Now we are moving on to the selected publications of Professor, which is a determination of a researcher to produce quality research and publish high impact factor papers. Cabin 5 is large the atomic absorption spectrophotometer of the main AAS4141. It measures the concentration of wide array of elements used for quantitative assessment of the materials and nanograms. It finds significance of various fields such as pharmaceuticals, clinical and environmental analysis, and much more. Moving on to the next instrumentation facility is the cabin 6, which is large with the plasma chamber of the make SS304 and the nano spray dryer B90. Plasma chamber ionizes the gases in the vacuum to form plasma, which are commonly used to clean, etch, or activate any surface. Nano spray dryer, which you're seeing here, enables the generation of the smaller particle sizes than the conventional spray dryers, and it improves the bioavailability of materials for any further process. Moving on to the next is the exclusive photographs that is displayed in the center. Cabin 7 is now launched with the thermogravimetric analyzer of the main X-star. It can measure changes in mass or weight in response to the increase in temperature or time. They can give us information about the thermal stability, composition and decomposition kinetics, moisture content, and much more. Here are some exclusive collection of the professor's photos that portray his benchmark achievements and receiving the various levels and honors from various national and international organizations. As saying goes, we are witnessing both the worlds. Now, this is the Kevin 9 large with the FPIR score spectrophotometer of the Mixamachu and 3D profilometer of Zeta 20. This identifies the bonds, chemical bonds, by producing the infrared absorption spectrum and provides molecular fingerprints of any material that is analyzed. Whereas the 3D profilometer is used to study the surface features such as roughness, topography, and flatness of any material that is being analyzed. Now, continuing with the series of photograph collections. As an icing on the cake, the photograph which we witness now is a most proud moment of Sir on receiving the highest civilian award, Bharat Ratna, in the year 2014. And we have actually finished up the virtual tour. And Sir, I thank you very much for unveiling the statue and inaugurating our research center. We are now moving on to the most awaited moment of the day. Before that, I take the solemn opportunity to present some of Professor's lifetime achievements before the gathering. Professor CNR Rao has completed his master's from Banaras, doctorate degree from Purdue, Doctor of Science from Mysore universities. He holds on to various prestigious positions such as an honorary president and a Venus Party research professor at Jawaharlal Nehru Center for Advanced Research. He is also an honorary professor at the Indian Institute of Science. His research interests are solid state and materials chemistry. He is an author of over 1,650 research publications, 50 books. His overall citations hit 1,60,843 with a H index of 154 and an IGN index of 1295. He has received honorary doctorates from 79 universities across the globe. Professor Rao is a member of several science academics, including the Royal Society of Chemistry, London, National Academy of Sciences, USA, American Philosophical Society, and many more. He is also a distinguished visiting professor of the University of California. He is a recipient of honorary medals, honors, and awards, some of which are Madhav Medal of the Party Society, Padma Shri, Padma Vibhushan, Blanket Lectureship of the Royal Society, Einstein Gold Medal of the UNESCO. He is the first recipient of Indian Science Award by the Government of India. He was named as a chemical pioneer by the American Institute of Chemists and awarded the proud Chevalier Award by the President of French Republic. The President of India conferred the title Bharat Ratna in the year 2014. With these few words, I humbly request the Honorable Chief Guest, His Excellency, Bharat Ratna Professor CNR Rao, to deliver the plenary lecture on the climbing the limitless ladder of excellence in science. Sir, please.
Well, thank you so much for asking me to be part of your inauguration of this research center. I'm highly grateful to you for this honor you have done me. I've also to say that you have built a very nice laboratory, and I hope it will produce wonderful returns in research in the years to come. I would like to say a few words today on a very important topic: how to reach the highest level in science. In India, we have a fair amount of science going on for a long time. We have many institutions today. There is a fairly large number of scientists. However, we are not able to compete with the most advanced countries today in science. Of course, America has been very advanced. Particularly in the last few years, the biggest challenge we have is to compete with China. China, Korea, Japan, right in Asia are performing very much better than India. In fact, today, China publishes as many research papers as the United States of America. And this frightens me. It is not just the number I am worried about. What about the quality? The quality of science that we produce must increase. India should have a large number of leaders of science who are known all over the world in physics, chemistry, biology, material science, and every other branch of science. I would like to see an India where it leads in all these branches of science and others follow us. Unfortunately, we are not in a position. We have to work very hard to do this. That is why I said I'm going to say something about climbing the limitless ladder. Why is that? Science is an area where there is nothing like the limit of excellence. You keep on working and you keep on getting better and better, doing better and better quality work and more quantity of work. And that is the thing about science. I now, in the next few months, I will reach 70 years in research. I would have done research for the last 70 years. So I still am doing it and I will continue to do as long as I can. And I hope that this will remind, or this will at least tell our young people here in the audience to make up their mind on what to do and make up their mind to do as well as they can. It is very important to make up one's mind at a very young age on what we want to do. Unfortunately, most people in India are pushed around to pick this subject, that subject. Teachers say something, parents say something, friends say something. That is not the way. Each individual, because of his or her interest, must pick up what we want to do. In my own life, I've been very fortunate that when I was in school, I was very inspired by Professor C.V. Raman in Bangalore, and I'll never forget his lecture in our school in 1945. And after that, when I was an undergraduate, I then decided, after reading the famous book of Linus Pauling on the nature of the chemical bond, that I want to do work in an area similar to Linus Pauling and produce some results. With that purpose, I went to America and spent many years there. I published a number of papers there, but I decided to come back to India. The reason is I was always inspired by people like Gandhi. I have seen what the freedom movement was. I was in college when India got freedom. So I thought I must do whatever I want to in India. In fact, all my publications, more than 1,500 or 600 papers, were all based on the work done in India. That is very important. It has nothing to do with anybody else. And the citations you mentioned are all because of the work done in India. So it is very, very important we decide to do the best quality of work in India so that India becomes famous. Through that, the scientists also become famous. In fact, we should see that a large number of Indian scientists become household names. Everyone should know in their field the names of Indian scientists. I would like to see that happen. In fact, sometimes you don't get depressed. India, many things are there, many factors are there where things may not be encouraging. That is why I always remember the lives of very great scientists who have inspired me. In fact, for me, the greatest inspiration in my life was the life of Faraday. Faraday, probably the greatest scientist in the history of science. He had only 3 years of schooling. But look at what he did. The number of things he did is unbeatable. The number of things he did, it is said, would have fetched him at least 3 to 4 Nobel Prizes. That is what Lord Rutherford said about Faraday. Large number of ideas came out of it. Faraday's electrolysis, of course, is one of the things school children know, but he also made benzene, was the discoverer of benzene. He had Faraday rotation. He discovered electricity. The number of, and then, of course, most important of all, the idea of unification of forces, which is fundamental to our understanding of modern physics, the physical world, was his idea. It was Einstein who eventually became famous for solving that problem, but Einstein always said the real originator of this idea was Michael Faraday in the 19th century. This gentleman, Michael Faraday, refused all honors. Politicians asked him to do this, do that, become this. People asked him, the Queen of England at that time asked him Mr. Faraday, I want you to be knighted. You will become Sir Michael Faraday. He said, no, I don't want any honors. I am a simple Faraday. I will work in the laboratory. He refused all the kinds of honors that people want to have. He was a wonderful human being, a great scientist. He gave lectures to young children, and that is why I admire someone like him. And let me tell you one Indian example. One Indian example, of course, everyone knows C.V. Raman. What you people may not know, C.V. Raman published his first two papers when he was an undergraduate student in Madras, age of 16. And then, of course, he became a financial civil servant under the British government. And what is amazing about C.V. Raman is he started doing research in the evenings when he was a financial officer of the government of Britain. And when he was in Nagpur, he started going in the evenings to the Nagpur Science College. And much of his early work was done in Nagpur Science College. And based on that work, he became an FRS. To become a fellow of the Royal Society even today is extremely difficult. In those days, long, long ago, during the British days, C.V. Raman became an FRS for having done the research work in Nagpur Science College during evening hours after finishing the office work in the daytime. The same is true later when he went to Calcutta. He was still an assistant accountant general, but in the evening hours, and eventually that work led to the famous discovery of Raman effect and his Nobel Prize. And imagine, that is the kind of example we should never forget in India. Oh, there is Ramanujan, who did fantastic number of things in mathematics, just having high school education. He couldn't even go to college because he didn't pass English examination. So, but these are our great Indian examples. But one more example I want to give you, because just last year, 2019, was the year of the periodic table. Remember, Mendeleev periodic table. Mendeleev became very poor. His family became very poor, and they had no money. And he was in Siberia, far away from the centers of education in Russia. Then his mother and he decided to take a little push cart, put all their belongings, push the cart all the way, walked 2,000 kilometers to Moscow, walked. Don't forget, those days. And then from there, went around, eventually got admitted to a college, and he studied something. And anyway, what amazes me is in his life, in spite of all the problems he had, he decided to contribute to chemistry in a big way. What happened was his mother dies when he was in college. He owed everything to his mother, and the mother loved him beyond everything. So when the mother died, he just decides to continue his research somehow. And then you see what happened there was there was a big international congress at that time in 1860, in the 19th century. And there they decided the atomic weight, the basis of atomic weight would be hydrogen being equal to 1. And that expired. If hydrogen is 1, I can arrange every other element based on atomic weight. And after that, using the atomic weight, I can prepare a table. And the famous table, periodic table, he prepared in 1869 is even now remembered. And of course, the table is more or less correct. He made a lot of exceptional comments on this periodic table. I will not be talking about that today. That is not the purpose of what I am saying. The reason I am mentioning is people at very, very under hard circumstances come out with extraordinary research. So we in India should not forget that, because science does not know religion. Science does not know color. It can be white, black, it can be anything. Science does not know where you come from. It is all the same. Science doesn't depend on geography. So I think we in India should know that we have a large number of poor people, particularly in our villages. And I think that some of our interior India, not major cities like Bombay, Bangalore, Madras, but other smaller towns, smaller institutions, smaller schools in villages, that's where I think our children should be given opportunity to become great scientists, and I hope that many of them will become great scientists. Then you see, what is the purpose of all this I am saying? The reason is the future of a country depends on how strong it is in science and technology. Well, you remember China when it started, it wanted to become very powerful as a military country. So it has the largest army today. Then they decided they would become a big economy. Now they have become second largest economy in the world. But when I go to China, what I see is now their main interest is become number one in science. They've almost become number two or close to number one in science. And the reason is they feel it is science, the basis of science, that is responsible for the future of a country. Whatever becomes technology, industrial development, all we talk about, cannot occur unless a country is number one, at the top of science. So China wants to do that. In fact, I have been a member of the Chinese Academy, foreign member, Chinese Academy, and I was there in a recent meeting of the Chinese Academy and all the scientists of China, addressed by the President of China. He said in the last sentence of his speech, I remember, what he said was, ladies and gentlemen, he said, all these years, China, we were backward, we are copying science, we are doing second-rate work, but today that is over. China will now leapfrog and become the top country in science in the world. That is what the President of China says. I hope our politicians also talk something like that. I really think India should decide to be number one. If not number one, in the top 2 or 3 in every field, we have to be. And that is when India will solve its problems with industry, with economy, with poverty, with every problem of India, as C.V. Raman said, can be solved with use of science. Without science, none of them can be solved. That is for sure. Where will you have industry? You do industry, you have industrial competence, where that competition involves new ideas, new technologies, new innovations, that will all be based on science. That is why today's science is tomorrow's technology. Don't forget. So I want to make sure that young children in this audience, particularly, will not forget that they are the future of India. They have to develop the new, innovative ideas in science. That science will eventually help India become a great country. That is why I said, in doing that, don't ever be satisfied. Some people want this medal, that award, this should get awards. I've got innumerable awards from India, from all over the world. But award has nothing to do with science. Science is something doing something. And amazingly, for doing, there is no limit. And also, nothing should satisfy you as being the upper limit. In fact, the more science you do, the more you want to do. The more you do, you also improve the quality better and better. So I think Indians should become people who pursue science, high quality science with this objective. And only when you have that philosophy in life of doing the best in your life, there is a chance for India. And I also gave a lecture recently in 2 of the IITs, on IIT Madras and also IIT Bombay. There were 2,000 to 3,000 students in both the places in my lecture. And I talked about science and what we should be doing. Some of the students asked in the end, sir, what is the message for young people? What is in one sentence? What will you tell them? What should we do? I told him, okay, this. Make up your mind on what you want to do first. I went to engage. Then you see, you must have dedication, doggedness, and tenacity. You have to be dogged about it, not give up, and dedicated, and not give up. And of course, tenacity, you have those 3 qualities, you will succeed. Both in India, we have great examples like that. Mahatma Gandhi got freedom for India. Imagine, here is a man, not even well-clad, poor, one little Indian, fought the entire British army with this administration. One man. How did he do that? Is it because somebody gave him extra power of some sort? No. Because he had the doggedness and dedication. He would not give up, whatever it is. So I think that type of determination and doggedness is what is required if India has to become number one in science, in every other sphere, particularly in science. And I am interested in that. And all my life, as I said, I've been doing research for the last 70 years now. I'm now 86 years old, 87 years, going away, so soon 87. So I feel this can, even now at my age, I feel end has not come. There's so much to be done. I feel young children should not forget that. I wish all the children in the audience a great future and want them want them to make up their mind where to succeed, how to succeed, and so on right away. And when they do that, that will give them tremendous results. And it is only those who make up their mind at a young age who succeed. And don't ever worry about poverty, that, this, and so on. Many of my best two PhD students that I've guided come from the poorest families of India. So poverty does not interfere with science. Doesn't matter where you come from, you can do well. And I wish all the young people a tremendous future. And through that, I wish India a great future. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. It is once in a lifetime for us to listen to the lecture of such a magnificent science stalwart and ensure that it ultimately stood up the young minds towards a sturdy development of research in the future. Thank you, sir. It is a moment to honor the chief guest of today. I humbly request our Managing Trustee Anna, Dr. T.S.C. Meenakshi to present the memento to the Honorable Chief Guest, Bharat Ratna Professor CNR Rao. May I now request Professor P. Sharma to receive the token of honor on his behalf. May I now request Professor P. Sharma to receive the token of honor on his behalf. Being thankful and expressing your gratitude is an important part of being happy in life. May I now invite Dr. P. Lalita, Associate Professor of Chemistry, to deliver the formal note of thanks.
Honorable Bharat Ratna Professor CNR Rao ji, on behalf of our institution, with due respects, I heartily thank you for unveiling the bust-sized statue of your good self and also for the excellent, inspiring plenary lecture. Thank you very much, sir. May I now request our audience to give a standing ovation to Honorable Bharat Ratna Professor CNR Rao ji. Thank you very much, sir. We wholeheartedly thank our Managing Trustee Anna Avargal for providing this research center with sophisticated equipment. Thank you very much, Anna. Dr. S.V. Sharma, Director NAC and former advisor of our institution, has guided us in all ways, right from naming the center till its functioning. We wholeheartedly thank you, sir, and we take this opportunity to honor you by garlanding. Thank you very much. We thank all our administrative authorities, other academic authorities, Professor V. Kumarasamy sir, all deans, Commerce Science team, all HODs, teaching staff members, technical staff, non-teaching staff members, faculty, organizing members, volunteers and students for making this function a grand success. I once again thank all the excellencies on screen and off the dais. I thank the authorities for giving me this opportunity. Thank you. Thank you, sir.